Hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, UK. Ayan, isang Sabado na naman po tayo. Panibagong Sabado na naman at isang linggo ang nakaraan. At ayan, kamusta naman po lahat? At especially sa mga taga-Pilipinas na nakikipuyat sa atin ngayon. Ano bang oras ngayon? 11. Ayan. I'm sure mga nakaabang din sila. Yan, mga aking mga friendship diyan sa Philippines. Ayan, yung mga taong nakikipuyat ngayon sa oras na 'to. Kamusta po lahat? At isa pong pinagpalang isang linggo. Ayan. Ayan, kamusta naman po lahat sa atin? At siyempre, hello to our admin, sa lahat po ng admin ng COVID Warriors Corner. At syempre, sa pinangunahan ni Miss Ella Hidalgo, Rance Batalio Silverio, Rodel Saicon, Mr. Fresco Nana ng Italy, at Micaela Atay. Syempre, bukas, abangan nyo ang kanyang show. Meron siyang live show dito bukas na syempre, kung gusto niyo matuto magluto, ayan, abangan niyo na bukas ang kanyang special recipe. At syempre, si Mr. Fresco Nanan, DJ Suave, ang Memory Lane. Yan, tomorrow, abangan niyo po yan bukas. At syempre guys, yan, dito sa UK, ano ba? Ayan, teka lang. Ayan, talagang, ayan, syempre sa London weather check muna tayo guys. Yan. Ngayon, maaraw. Sobrang matirik ang araw ngayon dito sa London. Maganda ang weather ngayon, guys. Kaya sa mga samantalahin nyo na kasi nabalitaan na magbabago na naman yung rules. Kasi nga hindi pa tayo ganun ka-safe, guys, dahil sa sana prayer ko rin na matapos na ang lahat ng to. Yung second wave nga na sinasabi, sana isa talaga ako sa nagpe-pray na matapos na ang lahat ng to, na yung pinagdadaanan ng mundo, na wala nang maapektuhan, wala nang second wave na sinasabi. Especially dyan sa Philippines, hello sa lahat. I pray na patuloy pong mag-ingat ang lahat at gabayan kayo lagi ng Lord sa especially paglalabas kayo ng bahay. Lagi po kayong magsuot ng mask ninyo, yung face shield, huwag niyong kakalimutan. Lagi po kayong, especially yung prayer, yan. Lagi ko pong sinasabi sa live ko, iba po talaga yung prayer, na nagagawa ng prayer kasi mas powerful yan. Kahit hindi natin nakikita yung kalaban, yung virus na yan. Kasi dito po sa UK, ang balita is maximum 6 persons, people na lang yung magkikita-kita na pwede mag-gather. Parang mababalik na naman sa nakaraan na na panahon ng kasagsagan nung virus ng COVID dahil nga medyo tumaas na naman ang cases ng COVID. So sa mga tao na nasa labas ngayon, patuloy pa rin pong mag-ingat. At syempre, ang inyong mga hand sanitizer, ang inyong mga um, mask, always put your mask on. Especially sa private, sa mga public transportation. Yan. Ayan guys. At syempre, hindi mawawala dyan ang ating kantahan muna. Okay? Ang ating video kpeg talaga every Saturday dito sa Request Corner. At ako po muli si Catherine Garcia Alberto. At samahan niyo po ako ng isang oras dito sa syempre magkantahan tayo. At syempre, hindi mawawala ang ating special guest. Very special guest. Alam ko, isa ako sa batang 90s na napapanood ko rin siya before. Siguro, napakaganda pa rin. Syempre mamaya na yan. No? Kakantahan ko muna kayo guys ulit. At syempre kung may mga lyrics kayo dyan, kumuha na kayo ng mga lyrics, magkantahan tayo guys. At syempre, ang programa kong ito, para pa rin po sa lahat ng ating mga frontliners. Ayan. Thank you so much po. Ayan, ito na. Kumanta na tayo guys. Hindi ko nakikita yung wala akong ma-shoutout kasi gusto ko lang. Wait, titingnan ko muna pala kung sino yung ating mga viewers. Shoutout muna tayo pala. Shoutout muna. Mag-hi muna ako sa lahat. Teka lang, kasi hindi ko kayo nakikita rito. Wala akong nakikita. So, try ko munang yan. Tingnan natin ang ating mga viewers. Shout out! Dito sa lahat. Teka lang. Shout out. Hello, Queer Bell. Ayan. Meron bang ano?
Try ko munang yan. Tingnan natin ang ating mga viewers.
Dito
Shout
may
out!
comment. Ayan, may comment pala, may comment.
Teka lang. Shout out. Hello.
Tingnan natin ang comment.
Meron bang? Try ko
Ayan.
munang.
Watching from Earl's Court. Ayan.
Ayan, may comment pala.
Ayan. From Rodel Saicon. Hello! Hello. Thank you for watching. And thank you for watching, everyone. Hello, Rowena Paula Pong. Hello. Ayan. Sige na, guys. Hindi ko na patatagalin. Kanta na muna tayo. Ayan. 1,000 Miles by... Teka lang. Ano kasi yata ng ating, ano?
Sige na guys. Hindi ko na patatagalin.
Ayan. Ay, bakit ito yung lumalabas?
1,000 miles by...
It's okay. Oh, wait. Hanapin natin ang ating song. Ayan, guys. Video okay talaga tayo, di ba? 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. 1,000 Miles by Vanessa Carlton. Hello. Hello. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces fast and hold down. Staring at the heads, make my way through the town. And I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I walk 1,000 miles, I could just see you tonight. It's always times like this, that with you, and I wonder if you ever think of me. Everything's so wrong, I don't belong in your precious memories. 'Cause I need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time pass me by? 'Cause you know I'd walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. Tonight, I don't wanna let you know why I'm down in your memory. I don't wanna let this go by. I know. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces faster than hold down. Staring at your hands, making way down. Still need you, and I miss you, and now I wonder if I could fall into the sky. Do you think time would pass us by? 'Cause you know I walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you. If I could fall into the sky, do you think time would pass me by? 'Cause you know I walk 1,000 miles, I could just see you. If I could just hold you tonight. Ayan, yan. 1,000 miles. Okay, so, syempre po, para po sa lahat ng ating mga viewers, amin pong, meron po kaming GoFund sa lahat po ng may mga matatabang puso. Ayan, yung sobrang blessing na natatanggap. Ayan, meron po, makikita niyo po sa baba. Andiyan po, you can donate po para po sa ating mga frontliners sa Philippines. Ayan, padala lamang po dyan. Please donate for the frontliners. Ayan, pakibasa na lang po. Nandyan po yung GoFundMe. Ayan. Okay? And PayPal or PayPal. stardomarts15@gmail.com. Ayan. At syempre guys, teka lang. Shoutout ba tayo? Ang ating mga viewers. Ayan. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga nanonood. Yan, meron tayong 3 million viewers. At syempre guys, hindi ko na patatagalin pa. Sobrang excited na rin ako guys. Excited na rin ako at alam kong excited na rin ang lahat. Ayan. At syempre, napapanood ko siya siguro 90s. Ayan. Syempre, isa sa pinakakilalang artista, actress nung panahon na yon at hanggang ngayon. Kilalang kilala. Walang hindi nakakakilala sa kanya ng mga hanggang ngayon naman. Ayan. Siyempre, sasabihin ko yung mga naging part siya, kanya mga shows ng mga nakaraan at movies na kung saan kinabilangan niya. Ayan. Ito, maalaala mo kaya? Ayan, ang Ipima ko Velasco NDA, Love and Kisses. At syempre, ang Esperanza na inabangan ko rin yung teleserye noon. Yung bawat episode noon, hindi ko rin pinalagpas yun. Pero, nandun siya sa The Movie din. Ayan, The Movie ng Esperanza. Magic Combat. Pedrito Masangkay. Walang bakas na iniwan. Yan. It Might Be You. Askal. A Mother Story. That's Entertainment. Anak ng Bulkan. Grabe guys, tagan napakadami. Kamandag ko ang papatay sa'yo. Batang Estero. Ayan. Esperanza Swindler's List. Paano kita iibigin? Cloning. Damong Ligaw. Ayan. The Sisters. Rubberman. Ayan. Napakadami talaga guys. Kung iisa-isahin ko talagang mauubos na tayong oras natin. Kung iisa-isahin ko yan. Kaya hindi ko na siguro iisa-isahin pa. Ayan. Ayan lamang yung sa isa sa mga, yung mga nabanggit ko, yan lamang yung mga sasabihin ko kasi masyadong marami talaga guys. Ayan, grabe yung listahan talaga. Ayan. At syempre, hindi ko na patatagalin. Yan. Walang iba kundi si Miss Beth Tamayo. Ayan, nasa ba ang ating palakpakan dyan? Miss Beth Tamayo. Nawala ang ating effect. Hello, Beth. Kumusta po?
Mabuti. Thank you so much for having me. Good afternoon, I guess, in London.
Po,
And good evening sa mga nakikinig from the Philippines. I'm actually based in San Francisco now in the Bay Area. So it's probably like 8-something in the morning here. Ang aga niyo akong inising.
Oo nga. Kaya nga, Miss Beth, thank you so much kasi alam namin napakaaga pa pero talagang nagbigay kayo ng time. Hindi niyo pinagdamot yung time niyo para sa ating mga frontliners at sa ating mga viewers, members dito sa COVID Warriors Corner. Thank you so much.
Of course.
And, ayan, may mga comments po tayo dito. Basahin natin. Ayan. Watching from Shepherd's Bush. Yan. Dito po yan sa London. Shepherd's Bush Market. Ayan. Sino ba yon? Hello to Andrea Mina. Ayan. Napakaganda nyo raw, Miss Beth.
Salamat. Thank you.
And, ayan. Sabi po ni Miss Ella Hidalgo, Miss Beautiful. Beautiful, Miss Beth. Still beautiful.
Thank you.
Ayan. Ayan. Teka lang. Thank you so much, Miss Beth, kasi talagang napakaaga pa. At hindi niyo pinagdamot yung time ninyo, gaya ng mga ibang nakaraan na celebrities na nag-spend ng time din nila, na share yung time nila dito sa COVID Warriors Corner. Kahit na, um, yan, like si Miss Aiko Melendez, na nag-guest din po siya dito, nabigay rin siya ng time, and sabi nga, kahit daw, wala daw munang talent ganyan. Kaya talagang, hindi niya pinagdamot ang kanyang time. Ayan,
Of
ano po yun?
course. Of course.
Okay.
Anything for you guys. And I wanted to say sorry because last time I know that you've been trying to guest me probably as early as July or something, but we moved to a new place. So if you can see yung background ko, may mga, I mean, closet and plain walls. So hindi pa ayos masyado yung aming balu or ang aming bahay. But thank you so much for being patient. I know you've been checking in with me.
Nako, Miss Beth, kami po dapat nagpasalamat kasi nung time na mini-message ko kayo, nagre-reply kayo, tapos talagang nag-update din anong nakapag-move na ba kayo, ganyan. Thank you so much po. Maraming salamat talaga. And ayun, sobrang marami din pong excited na viewers natin na makita kayo kasi parang ilang ano na rin kayo nakikita. Matanong ko lang po ba, Miss Beth, kailan po yung last na naging show ninyo or naging active kayo sa mga shows ganyan sa Philippines?
Actually, I left Manila in 2009. I moved to New York. Actually, umalis ako December 28, 2008. So probably like January 2009 when I moved to New York. Even before that, my previous marriage with my ex-husband, nung kinasal ako medyo nag-lay low na ako sa showbiz. So I wasn't really being as active when I was starting. So I guess, ano ba yung last project ko? Ang tanda ko na, syempre, hindi ko na siya maalala, di ba? I think I did a couple of TV shows from Channel 7. Merong Luna Mystica. I think that was the last one that I did. And then movies. But when I moved to New York, nakagawa pa ako ng pelikula. Like, I did Mother Stories, the one that you mentioned, that we shot here in San Francisco in 2011. 2011. That's with Pok Wang. So yun yung first movie na full produced by TFC at that time. And then I think in 2013 or 14, merong yung TV show ni Kim Chu. It's called The Story of Us. So it was set in some part of it was set in New York. So I was asked to do a cameo role. Nag-guest ako for like a week. Parang isang linggo or 2 weeks akong lumabas dun sa TV show with the Munoz brothers, who are also based in LA, like Carlo Munoz and Leandro. So kami yung mga artista from America na nag-guest dun sa Filipino na soap opera. I guess ganun na lang kami ngayon eh. That's our life now, you know. Just like you guys. Simple life, you know, we're employees for a company. We work for a company and all these things. We work from Monday to Friday from 8 o'clock in the morning till 5:30 in the afternoon. Sometimes we work on weekends. So, you know, it's a more simpler life. But, syempre, if people ask me kung namimiss ko bang umarte or namimiss ko bang, you know, to do things like that, paminsan-minsan nai-invite ako mag-host. May mga Filipino programs. Like in New York, I was always invited by the Philippine Consulate Office there. I'm very close with them. Pag may mga invitations, Philippine Independence Day, parade, may mag-host sa mga events nila like Miss Philippines USA, something like that. Then I say yes. Walang budget. Hindi na yung pinag-uusapan at this. Even before, I was never into like, you have to pay me or whatever. So, para naman sa mga kababayan natin yun. So then it's fine. You know, it's totally
Wow.
fine.
Nakakatuwa naman po. Maraming salamat dyan, Miss Beth. Isa po ako alam niyo po pag ganun, parang nakakatuwa kasi yung kahit na hindi niyo hindi kayo ano ko bang paano ko ba parang hindi niyo pinagdamot yung kahit na nandiyan na kayo sa level na 'yan. Alam niyo po yung parang gano'n ba? Siyempre actress may pangalan na talagang medyo may mga hindi naman po sa inaano ko nilalahat ko pero nakakasaktan po talaga, nakaka-appreciate gano'n ba for me,
Thank you.
ako na gano'n yung mga artista, may mga gano'ng artista, ayun. 'Yun Miss Beth, pupunta tayo talaga sa mga 'yan, kuwentuhan tayo ngayon. So, tanong ko po first question, parang pasimula ko lang yung kanina, pero ito nga, paano ka po nag-start talaga sa show? Yung parang paano ka po nag-start nakapasok sa, career bilang artista?
So I started as a commercial model. I was doing commercials before. I've had this like cute story. I think I was about 9 or 10 years old, if I could remember it right. So ako, ang mami ko, daddy ko, and my brother, my other brother, nasa Baclaran Church kami. Ang pamilya ko kasi is very sarado katoliko. That's what we always say. We're 100% Catholic, so my mom would always take me to church. So pag Wednesday, we go to Baclaran, Friday, we go to Quiapo, Sunday, we go to whichever church we go to. So, ganun yun every week. So, naglalakad lang kami nun sa Baclaran. Someone approached my mom and my dad. Her name is Susan Dalton. She has a talent agency called Faces International sa Makati at that time. Sabi nila, gusto bang mag-commercial ng anak mo? And at the time, I never see myself acting because hindi naman ako mahilig umarte. Even before when I was in school, I was more into dancing. Pag may mga school play, hindi ako sumasali kasi hindi naman ako marunong umarte. Mahihain ako eh. I mean, mahihain ako in the sense na mahihain ako umarte, pero kapag pag sayaw-sayawan, then it's okay. Hindi ako masyadong nahihiya pag ganyan. Pwede akong sumayaw in front of many people or something. So, my dad said, sabi na ko, do you want? Sabi ko, ayoko nga. But my mom, both of them were like saying, hey, wala namang mawawala, why don't you just try it? I was like, okay. So, we scheduled a VTR, you know, kung familiar kayo sa kung paano gumawa ng or paano ka makas sa commercials, you go to the talent agency, they take a video of you, mayroon kang VTR, they take pictures of you, kung magagawa ka ng sarili mong portfolio. So we did that, we went to Makati, tubong Malabon ako. Malabon kasi ako. So, for us to go to Makati, malayo, but it was okay. So we went there, everything went well, and that same night, we got a call from the talent agency saying, oh, nakuha siya sa isang commercial for Coke, the soft drinks. So oh my God. So mag-shoot na kami in about 2 or 3 days. So from somebody who doesn't have any experience acting, so talagang nakaka-nervyos siya. So I went there, tinuturuan lang nila ako kung paano umarte and all. So I'm sure yung isang eksena took us 1,000 takes or whatever. Masyadong matagal kasi hindi naman ako talaga comfortable umarte. But I guess I got the hang of it. Ang naging parang ano ba, how do you call it? Motivation ng mami ko sa akin is, ayaw mo noon, bata ka pa lang, kumikita ka na. Which is true. I mean, I didn't need to work. At 9 or 10 years old, hindi ko naman kailangan magtrabaho. I mean, we didn't come from you know, a wealthy family. Middle class lang kami noon eh. My dad is a mechanic, an auto mechanic in America, here in the States. At the time, tas kami, meron kaming tindahan. So, nabuhay kami ng mami ko at ng daddy ko na sa pagmimekaniko at pagtitinda ng mami ko ng mga school supplies and all these things. We have a sari-sari store in Malabon at that time. So, but then again, So, para malaman mo na kumikita ka na at an early age, sabi ko, I guess pwede naman pala. So from there, nag-start, I think I was 9 or 10 years old. I started doing commercials, one after another. So, lagi akong tinatawag to go to castings and all these things. Hindi naman lahat ng pinag-auditionan ko, nakukuha ko. Sometimes you go there, hindi ka naman nakukuha. So then it's okay. Until, ang pinaka parang launching commercial ko is yung Green Cross Cologne. I was 13 years old when I did that. They made me look mature, para mga 18 or 20 years old. I was driving a car. So everyone actually knew me from that commercial. It was the first commercial of Green Cross, because Green Cross was known for making alcohol. Pag sinabing Green Cross, alcohol agad ang alam mo. So this was the first one that they made a cologne. So, parang kalaban ng Johnson's at that time. And then, nakita ko ni Kuya Germs, parang nakita niya, he asked someone to actually, to find me, kung nasan ako, sino ako, gusto niya maging part ako ng That's Entertainment at that time. I was in first year high school. Nung time na yon, I was in a private school, La Consolacion in Caloocan, na all girls and all these things. Pag sinabing, That's Entertainment, ew, baduy, ayoko nga. Diba? Parang, but, for some reasons, sabi nila, Beth, punta ka na lang daw sa GMA, mag-promote ka ng Green Cross Cologne. So, yun ang sinabi sa akin, mag-promote ako. Sabi ko, okay, magpo-promote lang pala. Sige. So, I went there, pero nasa backstage ako, Kuya Germs, ang introduction niya, meron na naman tayong i-introduce na bagong member. Sabi ko, ano to? Parang, you know, it was a setup. And then my uncle at that time, who was into show business, who was managing some talents then, sabi niya, hayaan mo na. Pag nag-enjoy mo isang linggo, I was in the Monday group of That's Entertainment. Pag na-enjoy mo na isang linggo, edi okay lang. Pag ayaw mo na, di ba ka-umattend ulit next week? So, okay. So, I came out from the backstage. I said, you know, ganyan. Tapos in-interview ako ni Kuya Germs. Sabi niya, bakit mo gustong maging member ng That's Entertainment? At the back of my head, gusto kong sabihin, excuse me, hindi ko po gusto maging member ng That's Entertainment. Pinilit niyo po ako. Pero it was not like that. So, sabi ko lang, well, gusto ko pong, you know, makilala kasi marami, like Lea Salonga, sila Manuel Reynes at that time, they were all, you know, they're all products of That's Entertainment. So, at saka ang feeling ko kasi, at the time, akala ko, yung mga artista mayabang. Kasi at the time, sa Monday group, sino ba mga nandun? Si Rufa Gutierrez, si Ian Veneracion, may mga pangalan na, sila Harleen Bautista, Isabel Granada. So, at that time, parang, naaaloof ako sa kanila, or parang I feel really not part of that group kasi, my God, they're like big names na at that time. But you know what? They were so nice. They were so friendly. So sabi ko, okay lang naman din pala eh. They're very nice naman eh. So, I guess it's fine. So from that week, naging 2 weeks, naging 3 weeks, tapos na-enjoy ko na siya. Hindi na ako umalis ng That's Entertainment. I actually liked it. And then there is, you know, and the rest is history. I had my first sitcom with Channel 9, which is Body and Soul, with Eric Kizon and the late Redford White. And then I was contracted to be an exclusive actress for FLT Films, kay Mami Flaminiano. So, and then I made movies for Regal Films, I made movies for Viva, I made movies for Octo Arts. Kumbaga from then on, you know, from being ayokong mag-artista, I ended up being an artista, you know. So, sometimes you don't really plan your life eh. Diba? Nagiging ganun na lang.
Okay. So, yan guys, alam niyo na kung paano nag-start si Miss Beth sa kanyang pag-aartista. Sa tingin niyo po, kayo niyo ba naman na yung ganyan pagiging talented? Like, yung pag-arte, sino po ba yung mother side or sa father side?
My dad is very mahiyain. Ang daddy ko, mga Tamayo po, is from Ilocos, from Lawag, from Ilocos Norte. My mom is Cebuana. Well, her roots are from Cebu. So imagine mo from north and south, parang nakita sila. Or nakita sila sa Manila na. Ang mami ko, mahilig kumanta. Meron siyang sarili niyang karaoke machine sa bahay. Um, Mahilig din sumayaw. Ang mga Tamayo, very, very good singers and dancers. Even ang mga Yuson side naman, sa mami side ko, mahilig lang silang kumanta. Pero none of them, even my other brothers, wala akong mga kapatid. I have 3 brothers. Ako ang bunso. I have a half-sister who's based in LA. Mga hindi naman sila nag-umacting or, or did anything like this in school. Siguro ako lang talaga yung makapalang mukha sa pamilya namin. Wait lang, I have to take my bite.
Kailangan talaga ng kapal na mukha sa pag-aartista.
You have to. Kind of.
Yeah, opo. So, nung time po ba na yun, parang yung trabaho ba talaga o nag-enjoy lang kayo, na-enjoy nyo lang yung time na yun, nung
I
nag-i-start
guess,
pa lang kayo?
alam
O feeling
mo,
nyo, responsibilidad nyo na talaga, kailangan magtrabaho kayo, ganun? Or ano po ba?
not really. So what happened was, so na-enjoy ko siya. I became an artista and yun nga parang, I get to buy the things that I want kasi I make money. Parang, gusto ko ng kotse. Yeah, okay lang. Gusto ko ng alahas. Sige, pwede ko bumili. Gusto ko ng mamahaling bag at sapatos. Go. And also, I guess, yung sa sarili mo that people actually look up to you. Meron, yung pag nakita ka nila, hi, Miss Beth. Yung, I never really thought that people would recognize me or something. Parang, I never thought, nung nag-artista ako, parang, yung sa akin, parang laro-laro lang nung una. And then I matured, I guess, nung mag-16, 17, 18, nag-debut ako. Parang sabi ko, seryoso na pala ito. People look up to you. You can't really do anything stupid. Kasi parang, pag may ginawa kang katarantaduhan or whatever, the next morning, nasa tabloid ka na, nasa dyaryo ka na, and all these things. So, it taught me a lot of things, to be responsible, and also to be able to help your family. I mean, again, hindi ko obligasyon na tumulong sa pamilya ko. But I was able to do that. I was able to send some of my nephews and nieces to school. Tinulungan ko yung mga kapatid ko. Sabi ko, sige na, parang, I make money naman bakit hindi? Tsaka masarap din naman sa pakaramdam yung makatulong ka. So, I helped my brothers to send the kids to school. And then my mom. Kumbaga parang naging, hindi naman talaga siya technically breadwinner. Because my brothers can take care of themselves. Kumbaga voluntarily, I wanted to send my nephews and nieces to school then. Kumbaga parang tulong ko na yun sa kanila. And then, I guess, yun nga, the recognition, masarap yung feeling that people recognize you in a way. It's a humbling experience na, when people see you, and then they look up to you, especially, minsan may mga bata pa at that time na, Miss Beth, idol ka namin, or whatever, or something like ka namin pinapanood. So, nakakataba naman ng puso, diba?
Diyan po ba sa Amerika, may mga recognize po ba sa inyo?
Oo. Especially if I go to mga Filipino supermarkets, kasi minsan nakakamiss gumawa ng magluto ng lutong Filipino, sinigang, adobo, all these things or whatever. You cannot find it in Trader Joe's, you can't find it in Whole Foods, you can't find it, yung ibang ingredients na kailangan mo, you have to get it sa Asian supermarket. So good thing like San Francisco has a lot of them, especially in Daly City. So yun, makikita ka ng mga Pinoy doon. Hi, Miss Beth. So, sometimes nagtatakas, dito ka na pala. Sabi ko, yes, dito na po ako. Kailan ka pa dito? Sabi ko, 2016 po. Sa New York ako noong 2009 until the 16th for, good 7 years. So, even sa subway, if I ride the train, If I go anywhere, like I went to London for in 2018 for the run, for the London Marathon when I was there. So kahit sa ibang bansa, anywhere we go, that's why nga yung mga barkada ko na runners, sometimes they would be like, my gosh, anywhere you go, people recognize you. Siguro sabi ko nga parang, I was very lucky enough to be able to make a small name for myself. I'm not a big star. Hindi ako katulad ng best friend kong si Julian Santos na, o kaibigan namin sila Ate Sharon, Cuneta, sila Sarah Geronimo, hindi kami ganung status. Nandito sila, nandito lang ako. But I guess I'm very happy and glad na I was able to make a very teeny tiny, small name for myself na kahit papano when people see me, they still recognize me. If they don't know me, I don't feel bad. Minsan, parang sino yan? Hindi mo yan kilala, si Beth Tamayo yan. Hindi ko siya kilala. I don't feel bad. Like, minsan may mga artista na parang na-offend sila na parang, ganon, hindi mo kilala. Ako, I don't. I don't really feel bad. If you don't know me, then that's fine. It's not the end of the world for me.
Okay po. Miss Beth, may pinapatanong po si Rans Batalyo Silverio. Ang sabi po niya, wala ka na bang balak bumalik ulit sa showbiz?
I already I think a lot of people have asked me that. Or kapag meron akong ganitong guestings or interview or kwentuhan. Paminsan-minsan, it's okay. I would, if someone asks me if I want to do a guesting or a cameo role o pwede ka bang gumawa ng pelikula, I guess pa isa-isa or whatever, pero to go back permanently yung gumawa ng soap opera kasi, we have to be practical and you have to be honest, ang pagiging artista is not a stable job. You can be hot today, meron kang trabaho today, bukas wala kang trabaho. It's really very hard. And I feel I feel bad for ABS shutting down. A lot of people have lost their jobs. People in production, hindi lang yung mga artista, but the people behind the scenes, yung people in the production. So sila yung kawawa din talaga because they have a family to support eh. And then all the little stars, all the big stars, ang ipon mo, madaling mawala kung wala kang trabaho. If it's not stable. So I guess when I moved here, I have a stable job. I work as an executive assistant for a venture capital firm in Silicon Valley. I'm just like a normal employee. I can say na, sabi ko nga, buti na lang din talaga. I finished school. I had a bachelor's degree. All of these things helped me in a way. Kasi you have a fallback. Meron kang ibang option in life. Kung nag-artista lang ako and then wala akong ibang ginagawa, then, it's actually nakaka-nervyos. Diba? Especially at this point that we have COVID, it's really very unsettling. Maraming, trying to be creative. Marunong akong magluto. So, magbibake ako, magbibenta na lang ako ng mga binibake ko. People are being creative now, doing all sorts of things just so they could make money for themselves and for their family. So to that question, okay lang if they could, mag-guest ako sa mga shows or like, pero hindi yung permanent na, sige, balik na lang ako sa pag-artista. I guess I'm actually happy where I am right now. I'm content and satisfied sa buhay ko. It's a simple life. I can't hear you.
Talaga po ba? Ayan, okay na po ba? Ayan, yun po yung mahalaga, contented and happy po tayo sa buhay. Ayan. At meron pa po sabi po dito, Miss Beth, ayan, Beth Tamayo never change, still pretty. Galing po yan kay Selena Carion. Ayan.
Thank you, Selena.
Meron pa po uling question dito. Ang sabi daw po, Ano ba yan? What's your secret of your youthful beauty? Hindi na po hindi na po kaya tumatanda.
Thank
Parang
you.
ganun pa
I'm
rin daw
actually,
kayo.
thank you. I'm turning 43 in 2 weeks. It's gonna be my birthday on the 21st,
Happy
September 21.
birthday!
Thank you. So magkakaroon tayo ng COVID celebration, no? Probably we'll just be home, just having dinner. What's my secret? Well, aside from skincare, I always tell people, don't ever sleep with your makeup on or anything. Always, always, always clean your face. Huwag kayo matutulog ng may makeup, huwag kayo matutulog ng may kahit na anong trace ng sa kahit na lasing na kayo or whatever, kahit anong pagod ninyo. Just go to the bathroom, wash your face. It'll only take you a minute or two. And then skincare, sunblock, moisturizer, because I always go outside. I'm a runner. So I've been running for the last 3 years. That's my new thing now. So I always have to wear sunblock. At saka yun, skincare, moisturizer, and all these things. And I guess exercise. Exercise actually gives you a lot of happy endorphins. And it actually, parang promotes good health for you. I guess everything in balance. Healthy eating, hindi ako healthy eater. Alam mo naman mga Filipino, mahilig sa fried food, lechon kawali, lumpiang Shanghai, all
Right.
these things. So, and I don't stop eating that. Pag, even most of my friends, when they see me, how can you eat like this and look like that? It's like, wala lang. I mean, I don't limit myself na bawal akong kumain ng ganito, bawal akong kumain ng ganyan. Everything in moderation is good. So, basta, basta balance lang ang lahat. And then, as long as you're happy and you have positive vibes every day, it all comes out naturally. So, that's what I think.
Correct, tama po yan. Makikita yan, magre-reflect yan po yan sa face mo.
Exactly.
Ayan, Rans, Joker diba? Ayan, nalaman mo yung beauty secret ni Miss Beth. At meron pa po dito sabi, naku hala, ang ganda. Nasaan na yun? Nabasa ko dito. Hala, ang ganda mo pa rin po. Ayan. Sabi
Thank
ni
you.
Safra Andrea Lauban. Ayan, shout out Safra.
Salamat.
Ayan. At ayan, pinapatanong po ni Miss Ella Hidalgo, what are the challenges you have or encountered living in US?
I guess yung una, when I moved to New York in 2009, merong pang tail end ng recession. It was a 2008 recession. So the stocks were down. A lot of people were laid off. So ang hirap kumuha ng trabaho. At that time, in 2009, I was trying to look for a job. Ang hirap. Nag-babysit ako. I was babysitting. Even going through a babysitting interview, kailangan mo ng bachelor's degree. Kailangan mo ng diploma. Hindi ka pwedeng high school graduate lang or whatever. So I'm, going back to it, like kung sinasabi, I'm very thankful. Kaya sa mga kabataan natin dyan, education is very, very important. Magtapos kayo, anuman ang mangyari. Like before, at that time, I was juggling between school, at saka shooting, taping ng teleserye, nagsha-show pa ako, and all these things. Natutulog na lang ako sa van. Meron akong uniform sa van ko. Hindi na ako umuwi. Nakikiligo na lang ako somewhere sa mga kaibigan ko na malapit sa school na, malapit sa UST at that time. So, alam mo yun, it's really very important. So, it's hard to, even if, minsan nga, qualified ka na or overqualified ka pa, ang hirap pa rin kumuha ng trabaho. But so when I started in New York, I was hustling. I was babysitting. Nagkahera ako sa Victoria's Secrets. And then I got a job. Yung third job ko was to be a receptionist for an office in Wall Street. When that Wall Street job was more stable, it's a corporate job. So iniwan ko na yung babysitting, iniwan ko na yung kahera ng Victoria's Secrets. Siguro sa umpisa ang mahirap is kakainin mo yung pride mo. Sometimes you feel na parang, artista ako sa Pilipinas eh. Si ano ako sa Pilipinas eh. So pag nakita ako ng mga Pinoy na nagkakahera ako sa Victoria's Secrets, baka isipin nila ganto-ganto. You know, but the good thing about living anywhere abroad, kahit nasa Amerika ka, sa UK, anywhere, people look at you the same way. It doesn't matter. Like, ang mga na-realize ko, even the other Filipinos, pantay-pantay. Kahit na CEO siya, tapos ako yung assistant niya, we're all the same. We eat the same food in the office or whatever or something like that. So, walang hierarchy. Hindi katulad kasi sa atin minsan sa Pilipinas, di ba, na parang ako ang boss mo, you have to follow me or whatever. Yes, of course, you have to follow your boss. But then again, the treatment is very different. Alam mo yun, iba yung treatment. So I'm very lucky to have, minsan may mga coworkers ako na Pinoy, na Filipinos, and they're all super nice, Walang yabangan, walang pataasan or whatever. I guess people actually like really treat you as their kumbaga ka-level. Hindi yung mas okay ako kasi sa'yo. Something like that. So, umpisa mahirap na parang, yun nga, kakainin mo na lang yung pride mo. Sa Manila, may katulong ka, may driver ka. Dito hindi. Diba? Alam mo, ako, minsan, I always tell myself, gino-joke ko yung sarili ko na, kino-consider ko yung sarili ko na OFW. Alam mo naman, minsan pagkausap may mga barkada, alam mo na, syempre, OFW, kailangan ko maglaba, kailangan ko magganto, kailangan ko maglinis, kailangan ko mag-something. So, it's so hard. Minsan parang gusto mo na talagang kumuha ng cleaning lady.
Talaga pag nasa ibang bansa ka, sarili mo talaga lahat.
Sariling sikat. Sa Pilipinas kasi spoiled tayo. We're spoiled over there. We have our kasambahay, mga kasama natin sa bahay, and everything's a little bit I guess it's cheaper ng slight ng konti, but then yun nga, parang spoiled tayo doon. Dito hindi. Kayod marino.
Tama po yan. Ayan, sabi po, may nagpapatanong din, what's like the worst thing about being an artista? Is it the control you need, you do on yourself as an artista? Sino ba nagsabi niyan?
Pakiulit nga, sorry.
Sabi ni, ayan po, nababasa niyo po ba yun? Sabi niya, what's like the worst thing about being an artista?
What's like the worst thing about being an artista and the control you need to do on yourself as an artista? Yeah, siguro kasi people judge you right away. Maraming, konting kibot, meron ka ng, hindi naman nila alam yung storya ng buhay mo, and yet, nagko-comment sila ng kung ano-ano. I mean, I have an Instagram page that's public for everybody, and then, may mga kaibigan akong artista, like sila Juday, sila Ryan, and, some of the artists, and then sometimes I read the comments, people are really mean. Ang daming ang sasama ng sinasabi na parang, grabe naman makapag-judge ng mga to, paribasa, perfect kayo. Diba? Parang ang perfect ng buhay nila, and it's so easy for them to judge us or yung mga artista. So, I guess that's the worst thing about being an artista. And tanggapin mo na rin, like, pag nagsimula kang maging mag-artista or pag sinabi mong, sige, mag-artista ako, and you decided to go for it, you have to accept it na your life is magnified. Na para kang nasa magnifying glass niyan eh. Lahat ng ginagawa mo, malaki. Nagiging, sabi ko nga, magtanong lang ako ng oras sa katabi ko na lalaki. Excuse me, what time is it? People say, pag nakita ka, oh my God, yun yung bagong boyfriend ni Beth. Diba? Yung parang, what you do is magnified. Lahat ng gawa mo, konting kibot, medyo nagiging malaking bagay. And also, minsan meron kang gustong gawin and you think na I can't do it kasi pag nakita nila akong ginawa ko yun. Like before, like you can't drink in public, you can't smoke in public if you want to smoke. If you want to smoke, smoking is not good, but you know, but just drinking. I mean, normal lang kami, parang, excuse me, nalalasing din po kami. Marunong kami uminom, at saka nalalasing lang din kami. Masyado lang po kami nag-enjoy, parang kayo lang din, di ba? Like normal people do. Kaya lang ang problema kasi, hindi kami normal. In anything that we do, it's not normal. Di ba? So, kapag nag-artista ka, you have to accept na you also owe it to your audience. Kasi parang hindi kasi sikat kung hindi dahil sa mga followers mo, kung hindi dahil sa mga fans mo or whatever. So, in a way, you kind of like owe your life to them. Pero hanggang kailan, di ba? Minsan, I mean, I've seen yung mga fans ni Maine Mendoza. I saw it, I have a Twitter. Sometimes I don't have TFC, I don't have any, like yung GMA na international channel. But sometimes if I go through Twitter, grabe yung mga fans. Kahit si Juday nun, I mean, si Juday kasal na. She's been married for how many years? Pero hanggang ngayon, meron pa rin mga Piolo Judian na nag-wish na sana magkatuluyan si Piolo at saka si Juday na parang, guys, may 3 anak na si Juday at saka si Ryan. So yung wish nyo na maging sila in the end, hindi na po matutuloy. Diba? Yung parang, whatever, kung ano yung ini-imagine ng mga tao para sa'yo, that's what they want. And if you don't do it, nagagalit sila sa'yo. You know, parang binigyan mo sila ng karapatan na magalit sa'yo or to say something bad to you. So, sabi, happy birthday po. Anong wish mo? Para pong beauty queen, itong wish na to. Peace in the whole world. World peace talaga. No, I am blessed in so many ways. Just to have my health. Health is wealth, is truly wealth. So yun po ang birthday wish ko. And for not for me, but for my family. Kasi ang mami ko nasa Manila, my immediate families back home. So my entire wish, I guess, is like for everyone to just have a good health, especially the people I hold dear in my heart. And, for us to be able to strive and get over this pandemic. Sana po, ang wish ko is for everyone to stay strong and healthy. Stay strong personally. Kaya natin to. Alam mo naman mga Filipinos, we're very resilient. Matatag tayo mga Pinoy. Kahit saan tayo itapon, we will survive.
Totoo po yan. Ayan, yan pinapasabi. Greetings po ni Safra Andrea Lauban. Ayan, at sabi po, sino pa ba? Ayan, yan, happy birthday, Miss Beth. Sabi ni McCoy Alberto. Ayan, happy birthday, Miss Beth. Happy birthday daw po. Ayan.
Mga advance birthday greetings, guys.
At sabi po, pinapatanong po ni Selena Carion, paano daw po nag-start ang pagiging mag-best friend nyo? Best friend nyo nga po si Judy Ann Santos. Paano daw po nag-start ang inyong friendship?
So, I've known her for a long time. I guess nag-start yan. Even on That's Entertainment Days, hindi kami masyadong close. Mas close ako sa kapatid niya, kay Kuya Jeffrey Santos. They're both on Tuesday group, nasa Monday group ako. So, minsan may mga group na gumigimik, lumalabas, or whatever. So, lumabas ako a couple of times with her brother, si Kuya Jeff. And then nakasama ko siya a couple of times. Tapos, I was part of Esperanza, yung soap opera. Kumbaga, kung dati na kami magkakilala, mas lalo kaming naging close. Or we got closer because of Esperanza. Kasi nagtitaping kami, like kami halos araw-araw kami nagkikita, nagpupuyat, and all these things. So, doon kami nakapag-bond, doon kami nag-start. So, even out of camera, like after Esperanza, we'd still go out. And it all started there. We started traveling together, and hindi na kami maghiwalay. Ang tawag nga namin sa isa't isa, kabit. Magkakabit na kami. Kabechi. So, inaanak ko lahat ng anak niya. 3 anak niya. Ninang ako. So, yun ang promise namin sa isa't isa na, lahat ng anak namin, if I will be blessed with a child also, for sure, ninang siya. But, the good thing about it is like even with distance, nothing has changed. You know, we'll text each other. Minsan magte-text yan. Sabi niya, hi ka Beth, wala lang, na-miss lang kita, naisip lang kita, I wish you're here. So ako may mga ganun din akong moment sa kanya. You know, I text her or I message her and then sometimes we do video calls, FaceTime calls. What else? And then when she travels, kapag alam kong pupunta siya ng Amerika, I make it a point to, sinasabihan naman niya ako, she gives me a heads up, like, Marikoy or Kabet, I'll be in LA for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Kahit 2 weeks yan or 3 weeks yan, mag-off ako sa trabaho. And then I'll spend time with her. Because those are the best 2 weeks. And, you know, um, at least we do that once a year or twice a year. Luckily, if they can travel. Minsan, nagpunta silang New Zealand. Minit ko sila sa New Zealand. Punta silang Italy. O, mimit ko kayo sa Italy. Diba? So, basta she always tells me where she's gonna go. At kung pwede naman ako, and if I can, find the time, I will go. I will always go. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Nakakatuwa naman po ang yung friendship ni Miss Judy Ann. Sino naman po yung sa mga artista pa, Miss Beth, ang gusto niyo pang makatrabaho or yung hinahangaan niyo pa yung hinahangaan niyo siguro? Bilang artista rin, sino pang artista yung gusto niyo makatrabaho at hinahangaan niyo?
During the time when I was in my heydays, um, usong-uso pa ang mga action at that time. Action movies. Um, for some time, nabansagan akong leading lady ng mga action stars. Like I've done a lot of movies with the late Eddie Garcia, si Ronnie Ricketts, Raymart Santiago, Ian Veneracion. And then I did some comedy movies with sila Michael V, sila Bossing, Vic Soto. So, I wish I had a chance to work with Tito Dolphy before, but he passed away now. So, I mean, I guessed it sa Home Along the Riles, but if I was able to do a movie with him, that'd be great. Um, Ate Sharon is a good friend of mine. She calls me Beth friend. We got close because of Juday. So we have a very small circle of friends na mga artista. So if I'll be able to like probably do a movie with her, kahit mag-guest lang ako, mag-cameo ako sa pelikula niya, okay lang din. I would want to do a movie with the younger people, like may Kathniel, sila Bea Alonso, and all this, kumbaga, batang 2000s. Kami yung 90s, sila yung 2000s. It'll be good to be able to work with them. That's for sure.
Okay. So sa sa mga nagawa niyo po na mga movies, projects, ano po yung unforgettable moment niyo nung mga time na gumagawa kayo nun?
Making movies is always like fun, but also nakakapagod. At that time, most of the movies that I did, like what I've said, are like all action films. Kasi nga, leading lady nila ako. If there's one movie that I like, it was the one with Romnick Sarmenta, which is called Damong Ligaw. It was a period movie. It was set in the 19 something or 18. Kasi yun yung buhay ni Gregorio del Pilar. It's like a historical movie. So if there's one thing that I like about it, it's the history behind it. So I love that. Naka-costume kami, na sinauna. And then it was really fun doing it. I was nominated for Best Actress for that movie. Didn't win, but being nominated is always kumbaga, a pleasure already. Okay na sa akin yun. What else? Ano pa bang movie ang gusto ko? I love the movies that I make yung ginawa ko with Michael V because they're very light and it's comedy. So, yung set, yung shooting namin is never like heavy. Madali lang, tawa lang kayo ng tawa. Michael V was super funny. So we did two or three movies together. So that one, I like that. So, yeah, yung puyatan sa pelikula, sa paggawa ng pelikula at saka ng soap opera, yun yung hindi masyadong masaya. Pero pag artista ka, you have to do it. You really have to. So,
Okay. At ito, sa tingin ko ito na po yung last question ko. Ayan, ayan. So, sa tingin niyo po, ano po yung, movie ninyo or, projects na talagang nakilala kayo, yung nakilala talaga kayo, nag-boom yung career ninyo?
naku, hindi ko alam eh.
Sa dami, sa
No,
dami po 'no?
so I guess, like what I've said earlier, when I was starting as a commercial model, yung pinaka parang launching movie ko was yung Green Cross Cologne. When I was, to be honest, no, I was offered to do a lead role. Pero at that time, kasi action movies, tapos pumasok yung mga ST movies, yung mga sexy na sila Rosana Roses. So, kumbaga, nauso na yung sexy movies. So, I was offered to do that. Like sila Sunshine Cruz, they did it. Meron silang launching movie na, yung isa sa mga launching movie nila, sexy. My Lynn Dizon did it. Yung mga, kumbaga, at that time, ako yung, ayoko siyang gawin. Kasi hindi ako comfortable doing it. Kumbaga, ang mga director at producers, kasi this is what they will tell you, sisikat ka pag ginawa mo to. Magiging malaking artista ka. You're gonna be a big star if you do it. But at that time, I didn't want to be a big star. I was happy where I am. Siguro yun nga yung problema sa akin. I'm always like content. It's not that I don't, hindi sa, hindi ako nagpupursige to be a better person or to be a bigger person. Siguro dahil mababaw lang ang kaligayahan ko. Happy na ako kahit nasan ako. You know, I'm happy on where I was standing at that time. Lagi lang akong, hindi ako bida, kontrabida ako madalas. Naging kontrabida ako for the last, few movies and soap operas that I was doing. So, never akong naging bida. I'm always like the second lead. Second lead. But I was never the lead. Which is totally fine with me. So, siguro yun yung difference. Kasi wala akong masasabi na itong pelikulang to, ito talaga yung nagpakilala sa akin. Because I don't have that kind of movie. Wala akong solo na pelikula na ako yung nagdala ng movie. You know what I mean? So, I'm always just like the second lead of the movies that I've done before. But I have no regrets. Again, I was happy. I was enjoying my time when I was doing it. So, that's it. Happy naman ako.
Importante, yes. Ayan, may nagpapahabol po na tanong, dalawang tanong na lang po. 'Di ba nagma-marathon nasabi niyo nga po na nagma-marathon kayo. Kamusta naman daw po yung mga pagsali niyo, yung mga experience niyo sa marathon?
It was super fun. I never really thought that I would love. I lived in New York. There's Central Park, which is beautiful, a beautiful park where you can actually run. It's a nice course. I was never into running until two of my best friends, two of my best buddies from New York, they ran the New York Marathon in 2016 ba o 17? 16. So, nandito na ako sa San Francisco noon. I went there. I flew to New York to watch them. Nag-cheer ako sa kanila. And I saw how yung feeling na halos naiiyak ka, but also like how do you explain it? It's just the achievement. Yung may na-achieve ka. It's something impossible na na-achieve mo. And
Hmm.
I've always been an active person. I played volleyball since I was in grade 6 hanggang college. I played tennis when I was younger. I played badminton competitively, So, I've always been sporty. So, sabi ko sa sarili ko, sus, takbo lang yan, no? Kailangan ko lang rubber shoes. Dali-daling lumabas para tumakbo. I'm sure I can do it. Turns out it's not easy. Running is all mental. You have to be
Mhm.
a person. You have to learn how to talk to yourself to be able to do that. So I started training. Nag-train ako for short races, and then I don't know if you can Google it. So there's sa mga runners, sa mga marathon runners, there's this thing called the 6 World Major Marathons. So it's 6 world majors. Those are the biggest races in the world. So one of them is London, Berlin, New York, Chicago, Tokyo, and Boston. So in 2017, I ran the Paris Marathon. It's not part of the world majors, but it's also one of the biggest international marathons. Sabi ng mga barkada ko, sige na, sumama ka na. Sabi ko, guys, parang hindi ko pa kaya mag-full marathon, 42 kilometers. Parang hindi ko kayang takbuhin yun. Yung ng 10 kilometers, halos mamatay-matay na ako, 42 pa. Hindi, training ka lang, kaya mo yan, or something. At saka para pag may nagtanong sa'yo kung ano ang first marathon mo, pag sinabi mo social ka, Paris. Sabi ko, oo nga, no? Parang maganda sa pandinig yung sang kaunang tumakbo ng first marathon mo, Paris. So I did it in 2017. And I felt great. It was my slowest marathon. I mean, it was my first, so I finished in 6 hours. Um, and then I took it seriously. Nag-training na ako after noon. So in 2018, I did 3 marathons, three of the world majors. So unang-una was London. So I went to London. My first time in London was in April. Was it April or May? It's somewhere there. April, May of 2018. And then from London, nagbakasyon kami. We went to Morocco. So, it was super fun. And then after that, I did Berlin in September. So Berlin is special because birthday month ko yun eh. So I did the Berlin Marathon. And then I went to Amsterdam and Prague for my birthday. And then after that, I did New York. So nakatatlong marathon ako. Out of the 6, I did 3 already in 1 year. 2019, I did Boston in April. And then I did Chicago in October. I got engaged in Chicago. My fiance actually proposed to me after the marathon in Chicago. And then supposedly this year, 2020, I was supposed to go to Tokyo to get my 6 stars. But then again, COVID happened, so na-cancel. So we had to cancel it. We had to wait for another year. So probably next year. But looking at it, kung wala pa tayong vaccine, I don't think it's advisable to do a large, event because marathons are a lot. There's like 50,000 runners. Dikit-dikit kayo, all your pawis and all these things. So, and people actually spit when they run. Some of them, they spit when they run. So yeah, I got myself into running. It's one of my passions right now. I always tell people to, minsan marami mga nag-Instagram message sa akin saying, Beth, thank you so much. Kung hindi man ako artista na nag-inspire sa kanila, a lot of them are like telling me, nagme-message sila sa akin, you inspire us to be a better runner. Idol ka namin sa pagtakbo. Sabi ko, hindi naman ako mabilis tumakbo, pero thank you. Kasi nakakataba naman ng puso. I guess it's just the discipline and also
Mm.
just being positive also.
Ayan. Miss Beth, kamusta naman po diyan ang mga case ng ngayon, ng COVID?
Unfortunately, California had a surge. I mean, parang mas na, di ba dati New York has the most number of cases. So now medyo naungusan na siya ng California. So it's California, Florida, Texas. Pang-apat na nga yata ang New York. So, and then meron pa kaming wildfires. I don't know if you've watched the news or if you go to Twitter like 2 or 3 days ago, parang may apocalypse dito sa San Francisco. Everything is orange, like because of the smoke, because of the wildfires. We can't even open our windows kasi nga you can smell the smoke. Parang may pinatubo din yung kotse namin, ang daming ashes because of the smoke. So, sabi ko nga, Lord ko, tanda yung 2020. Kasi because of the pandemic and then ito pang wildfires that's happening. So we're just staying indoors for now. We're not really doing anything crazy or like traveling. Staying safe, staying healthy, like what you've said earlier in your opening. When you go
Oh, nawala si Miss Beth.
back, sorry. So, can you see me? I
Nawala
can't
po
hear.
kayo. Yung
Oh,
camera niyo po yata.
is that
Ka
okay?
wait po. Yung camera niyo po parang nag-block po siya.
How do I do that?
Ayan, paano ba? Buti na lang malapit na tayo, Miss Beth. Paano kaya
I know,
pero
right?
gusto pa rin namin makita yung beauty mo. Nasaan na po kayo? Ayan.
Can you see me now?
Yan, okay na po. Okay na. Yan, Miss Beth.
Perfect. Sorry.
Nga po yung sabi niyong, yun, importante nga po talaga ang prayer. Tama po yun.
Yes. So just like,
Mm-mm.
pray for each other and just be there for other people. Unang-una sa inyong mga COVID warriors, sa ating mga essential workers and frontliners, thank you so much for all that you do for all of us. We can't thank you enough for all the things that you do for us. Mabuhay kayo. Mabuhay kayong mga frontliners. Seriously.
Meron pa po ba kayo madadagdag na mensahe sa mga ating mga frontliners?
Guys, sa mga frontliners po, again, thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for taking good care of us and, being out there. Every time na lalabas kayo, parang ninyong binubuwis ang buhay ninyo para sa ibang tao. And we appreciate that more than anything. So, I have so many, I have so many friends in New York that are nurses. Nurses, doctors. So, alam mo yun, it's every time na we'll get a message from them na I had a best friend who lost her father. She's a physical therapist. Yung dad niya was like, it was super fast. As somebody that we know, masakit. It pains you when it's someone close to you and actually passed away because of COVID. So, I mean, it's nakakalungkot na some people think about it na parang wala lang siya. They're not taking it seriously. It is a serious matter. So, again, sa mga frontliners, maraming salamat sa inyo, sa tulong ninyo. And also, earlier you said you guys have a GoFundMe. Frontliners na kayo, iniisip nyo pa rin yung ibang frontliners natin sa Pilipinas. So that's very big of you guys. So thank you so much for everything that you guys do.
Maraming salamat din po, Miss Beth, sa time na shinare nyo rito sa COVID Warriors Corner at sa hindi ng aming imbitasyon dito sa COVID Warriors Corner. Ngayon, happy birthday po sa inyo, Miss Beth. Ayan, wala pa kaming pa-flower sa inyo. Ayan na lang. Ayan. Thank you so much po. Maraming salamat. God bless you more po, Miss Beth. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good
Ayan,
one.
thank you po. Ingat po kayo dyan. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Maraming salamat po. Ayan, Miss Beth Tamayo. Napakaganda pa rin. Walang pinagbago. Oh, guys, ayan. Nakakatuwa na makita si Miss Beth. Ayan. Maraming salamat po, Miss Beth, sa oras ninyo. At syempre, guys, ayan, special din tong Saturday na to. Palakpaka. Ayan. Special din ang Saturday na to dahil 5 months nang nasa umeere ang COVID Warriors Corner. At syempre, may mga makakasama tayo today. Ayan, hindi to madalas nangyayari kapag mag-live kasi minsan kanya-kanya kapag hindi kami magkakasama. Pero ngayon, dahil 5 months ang COVID Warriors Corner, makakasama natin ang head admin at ang ating mga admins. Yan, nakakasama natin ang ilang mga admins ng COVID Warriors Corner. Tawagin natin sila para pumasok. Miss Ella Hidalgo. Ayan. Ayan, syempre. At, yan. And,
welcome to Request Corner.
Yes. At ang ating Joker Diva, Rance Batalya Silverio, na kanina lang natapos ang kanyang live show din dito sa COVID Warriors. Joker Diva, Rance Batalya Silverio, at yan, at sa mga, ayan, hello ka na rito, dito ka na. At syempre sa mga iba pang mga kasama naming admins na wala rito.
Sa biyahe pa si Kuya Rosel.
Yan. Banggitin muna kung mga natin.
Ang mga admin natin, si Sherwin, Wewe Ramos,
Ayan.
si
Miss
Chef
Ella
Michelle
Atay. Belated happy birthday to Mika. We're waiting for you here.
at si
Rodel Saicon at si Mr.
Best
Fresco
friend.
Nanan. Mr. Fresco Nanan. Ayan, ang Italy. Ayan.
Pagsalata si
So,
Kuya.
ayan. Miss Ella, dahil ikaw ang nag-start nitong page na to na 3 months ago yata, 4 months ago. 5 months
nga,
ago.
di ba?
Hindi, 5
6
months.
na
Pero
nga.
nung time na na-feature to sa GMA. Nung na-feature to sa GMA, ayan. Pwede bang pakiulit mo yung mga sabi mo doon? Ulitin na lang ako naintindihan mo. Ayan, bilang ikaw ang na-interview ni Miss Connie Season nung time na yon.
Yeah, it was a great experience kasi nga po, 3:00 na araw. Madaling araw yung interview, so I waited for it. Sabi nila phone patch lang. Kaya naglagay ako ng coconut oil sa buhok ko kasi hindi naman ako makikita, di ba? Saka nakapajama na ako. Tapos like 45 minutes before ng show, tinawagan ako, sabi, Miss Ella, okay na pala yung Skype. Magsa-Skype na lang daw, sabi niya. Tapos sabi ko, naglagay ako ng coconut oil, ganyan. So, hindi ko alam gagawin ko, maliligo ako or what. But it's a good experience, guys, because we were able to feature the COVID Warriors Corner. Sinasabi natin yung mga reasons why we created this group. Of course, to give good vibes and to save our sanity naman, di ba? And then, and I just wanted to have positive post lang dito sa COVID Warriors Corner natin. Kasi nga po, despite sa mga nangyayari sa mundo ngayon, at least meron tayong grupo na nagpapasaya sa lahat. Ayan, saka may mga shows po namin, saka thank you sa mga artists, mga celebrities na guest po namin. Like kanina po si Miss Beth Tamayo, salamat.
Salamat, Miss Beth. Happy birthday! Ayan. Ayan, ikaw, Joker, di ba? Ano ba yung masasabi mo sa ating mga viewers na sumusupport dito sa page
Wala
ng
lang,
Cold
just
Warriors?
continue supporting us, lalo na 'di ba may pandemic pa rin tayo, hindi nawawala. Kasi parang naging kakambal na ng COVID Warriors Corner yung pagkakabuo ng ng show natin na, na nilikha nga ni Miss Ella Hidalgo. Yun, salamat sa mga tumatangkilik, sa mga sponsors, mga celebrities, mga guests, mga talents, mga organization.
Yes.
Tapos na-nominate din tayo sa One Nation
Yeah.
Award. Thank you very much dyan kala Germination sa One Philippines, yung COVID Warriors Corner, si Miss Ella, Rodel, Michaela, and si Joker Diva. Yun po. So maraming salamat from Let's Talk with Ella Hidalgo, Dear Joker Diva, Request Corner by Catherine Alberto, Memory Lane by DJ Suave, and of course, Let's Cook with Chef Michaela Atay ng Seafood
Yes, and once in a while, meron tayong performance corner. We feature yung mga budding artists natin. Anywhere in the world, kahit nasaan kayo, kung gusto yung ma-feature dito. Kung artist kayo, kumakanta, sumasayaw, you want to be featured here in COVID Warriors, contact any one of us. Ayan.
Thank you
Para sa
very
performance corner natin.
Yan po.
Ayan.
Miss Catherine,
So,
ano pa gagawin mo?
gusto niyo ba, magpakita?
Kumanta ka na.
Ano magpakita
It's showtime, ba?
Dire-diretso
Ayan,
na
guys,
natin.
maraming salamat sa,
daw.
dahil closing na, makikanta yung ating mga guests.
Ano pa yung
Ang ating mga guests, ano ba?
Go.
May continuation mamaya yung singing natin kung
Oo
darating si
nga.
Kuya Rodel. Gawin natin
bago
ulit
mag-close
yung
ang
nangyari. Kailan ba yun? Last month ba yun?
Bago magtapos ang aking show, gaya ng ginagawa natin every Saturday dito sa Request Corner. So, kakanta muna tayo, guys. With Miss Ella Hidalgo and Rodel. Joker Diva! Sorry. Ayan. Siyempre, may celebration kami mamaya. Meron kaming kainan na mangyayari dahil, 5 months na rin nga ng COVID
courtesy
Warriors.
of Mr. McCoy Alberto.
Thank you,
Diba?
Oy. At si
May paluto.
Nico, shout
Kayo,
out.
Jollibee later
Kay
padating na.
Nico, Alberto.
May
hello.
pa-Jollibee. May pa-Jollibee.
Shout out.
Ayan, ano bang kakantahin natin, guys?
Sabi kanina.
Para masaya, tapos
Decontamination. Decontamination department
sige,
ng
para masaya, top of the world.
Hospital. Shout out. La Union, shout out. Batangas, Cavite, everywhere. USA.
Marikina, o di ba?
Lahat.
Marikina.
Marikina, yan. Part of family.
Good vibes tayo ba? Ay, vibes. Good vibes. Good vibes. So, kantahin natin ang ating top of the world.
Yung mga healthcare workers natin nag-iisip ngayon.
Correct. Thank you very much. Come on, everybody. Sing with us. We're at the top. The top of the world. The COVID Warriors Corner. Miss Ella Hidalgo and Catherine Alberto.
Special feelings coming over me. Very almost everything I see. Not a cloud in the sky, but love especially for us. And the reason it's because you are here. Things to him. Down on creation, and the only explanation I have is the love. Sitting the way and it's enough to say I'm only one mission, and these days so good that I will find that tomorrow will be just the same way with me. All I know if you are, I'm on the top of the world. Creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I find ever since you've been around. Your love fills me at the top of the world. I'm on the top of the world. Now on creation, and the only explanation I can find is the love that I find ever since you've been around. Your love puts me at the top of the world. Yeah, guys, we're dancing. And it is Beth Tamayo. Yan, maraming salamat po. This is Beth Tamayo. Thank you. Happy birthday po muli. And sa lahat po, magkita-kita po muli tayo sa susunod na Sabado dito sa Request Corner ng COVID Warriors Corner. Ayan.
Bye,
Bye everyone.
God bless.
God bless. Bye.